Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just rolling and shaking a can. So, yeah, this is a one-drop Nitro Pastry Stout. It's called You Wish, and it's 11.1%. Pretty horrific artwork. Looks like a bloody, I don't know, the cover of like a metal, like a death metal album or something. 11.1. So yeah, because of the nitro, they just want you to sort of roll it and flip it and all that sort of shit. It's the same with their beers with their adjuncts in them. So yeah, it says the perfect nitro pour. Flip, rest, drop, pour, watch. So yeah, you just let it sit now for a little while. But yeah, I'll read what it says on the back. You Wish is a big, robust, chocolate-forward monster of a stout, brewed with tonka beans. Yes. And salted caramel, all served with a nitro dose. An 8-hour boiled, 9-gram mash base provides incredible smoothness and richness, layered with tonka beans, cocoa nibs, salted caramel, and chocolate chips, expertly conditioned at length in stainless steel on vanilla beans. The final result is something we are totally here for as cooler nights roll in. So yeah, it's got tonka beans, vanilla bean, and cocoa. So yeah, the 3 beans. Looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed tonka in like stouts. Apparently it's banned in the US, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I've got my elegant glass. Oh, pardon me with my yawning. I've got my elegant glassware. It's probably not ideal for a nitro pour, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't make a mess. Oh, that's pretty cool. Can see it cascading. I probably should have went a little more rigorous with the shaking beforehand, but no, that looked pretty cool. So now it looks like a very, very nice stout. So I would say like dark tan in colour, like dark chocolate. It's got a tan head. Looks quite tan indeed, like bronze. Probably about 3 to 4 finger. Yeah, it looks real smooth and creamy. Looks awesome. Yeah, nitro, so carbonation's sort of what you get. Body, I would say, it looks pretty full. I'll say medium to full for now. Let's go with. Cheers, Lee. Good to see you, mate. I've just knocked off work for the day. It's mid-afternoon. It's beer time. Oh, that smells amazing. Oh, very rich, very sweet, but you're getting like roasty and bitter as well. So I feel like if it sort of balances out, it's going to be a really good beer. It smells so good. So yeah, I'm smelling. It's like dark chocolate, but because of the vanilla, the tonka, the sweetness from other characters, it leans more towards milk chocolate. You're getting like caramel sort of fudge. Yeah, like vanilla, tonka. Tonka to me sort of like vanilla. It's sort of like I describe it as like the rye version of vanilla. Because you sort of get this like a herbal spicy sort of version of like even a more earthy version of vanilla, and it's not quite as sweet. This is going to be awesome. I'm going in. Cheers. Wow. Now I'm going to be honest. I always am anyway. When I first got into craft beer, I always liked stouts. I used to love Guinness. I used to always try dark macro beers, dark stouts when I went to craft breweries. This was the sort of stuff I seeked when I first sort of dabbled and wanted to try as much as possible. I wanted this sort of sweet pastry stout with massive adjuncts. And cheers, Daniel. Good to see you, brother. But it also had to be like a good, like rich, roasty, like base as well. And then I don't know, I've had so many of them over recent years. The sweetness gets too much, but they have absolutely knocked this out of the park. It reminds me heaps of Lervig's Three Bean Stout, but even better. It's like the balance is phenomenal. It's actually really like roasty, bitter, and rich. Not quite Russian Imperial, but pretty close. And then the adjuncts are just amazing. Like you can tell it's good quality. I mean, it's an expensive beer. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's one of those beers that's worth every penny. You can see why it's as expensive as it was. It's just that first sip was so tasty. Oh man. And it does not have any hint of that 11% booze. It drinks like it's only about 7 or so. So definitely a danger ale. One drop. I was real annoyed when I went to Sydney and there was certain breweries I just didn't have time to visit. One drop and Slow Lane and White Bay was sort of the three. Slow Lane and White Bay, Slow Lane and One Drop are right around the corner from each other, but they're out near the airport. So the best chance of me going there was to go there just before leaving to come back. But yeah, it was just too risky because you don't want to run like when you're leaving an early afternoon flight, you don't want to run that risk of like having to get an Uber and then you get held up and miss your flight. So yeah, I ended up just staying in the city, and then I knew I could get on a train, and the train takes you right to where the airport is. It's reliable. But yeah, if I went if I went to One Drop, I would have been drinking so many different styles, and I would have tried something like this and been blown away. I'll have to ask James from Rampant Beer if he can get any of their stouts, because he's seen a lot of their stuff of late. I think he's only really had fruit sours and IPAs from them. But yeah, I reckon if he tried this, he'd be a big fan. It's actually got those vibes of like a Scandinavian pastry stout. And that's why I said, yeah, Lervig's 3 bean stout. It's like that, but better. Wow. Oh, God, I'm yawning like a banshee. Yeah, for sure. Especially at the moment in your area, like where it'd be warm. But for me, it's cold season, it's winter. So yeah, this goes down well, but sort of a different feeling. Oh, it's so tasty. So you're getting sort of like this, sort of like chocolate cake, caramel fudge, yeah, like vanilla ice cream. Tonka. I can't think of any foods with Tonka in it. Tonka truck. Um, yeah. If you barrel age this in like a I don't know, like a sweet bourbon or something, it'd be so good. Even a rum barrel. It's like I need to go to bed. Can always tell I'm real tired when I've got little beady eyes like I've got now. Cheers, Lee. Thanks for chiming in, mate. Always good to see you. Hopefully, it's not too warm in Liverpool. So yeah, I called into Aldi on the way home because I wanted some Smasher beers, and yeah, there's this brand of Aldi beers called Rivet. It reminds me of Pop Rivet. I think they're Vietnamese. Anyway, they're pretty cheap. They normally work out to only be like $1 a can. And like that mightn't sound that cheap to people, but in Australia, that's like half the cost of anything else. So yeah, I got a case of them. I think it's just probably a 4.5% lager. I haven't had it for a while, so can't remember what it tastes like. It's probably pretty average. But yeah, good value for money. I just wanted something that I can smash on panels and even chug, do some more shorts. So yeah, I've been gathering up one of each Aldi beer I get. I want to do an Aldi beer review because I've probably got about 5 different ones so far. There's probably a few more I could grab. It'd be cool just to do beers of Aldi stream. Mm. Like you do get some brand names in Aldi, but most of the stuff, especially on the right hand side, all tends to be like their own brand or someone they've got a contract with. She's very quiet out there today, but yeah, as I've said in the past, if I go live mid-afternoon here, it's always really quiet because all the US peeps are going to bed and all the UK peeps, it's like the middle of the night. So it's only really the Aussies. The Aussies or the night owls, but yeah, most Aussies would be at work now, so it's sort of the worst time I could possibly go live. But yeah, I just got home not long ago and felt like a beer. I can't stop yawning though. It's not a good thing. So yeah, I might cook up some party pies. Party pies with a little tomato sauce. Always a winner. Good beer food. But yeah, I was saying I'm considering going to Melbourne this weekend. It's just going to depend on money. If I can go down and back on the train and just buy, I don't know, maybe roughly about 8 beers or something at the bar, I'll be pretty satisfied. Just depends on what they've got there. They're saying it's going to be a killer tap list, but they say that quite often. It's like, well, how much stuff have you got left? Like, surely you'd be nearly running out. Whew. It's so rich, so decadent. Definitely like massive dessert. Massive desserty, massive like winter feels. Just think it's a real cold night and you're sitting in like a ski lodge and you're sitting in front of the open fire and it's just crackling away and here you are drinking your massive stout with 45 million different flavors in it. Oh yeah. So I'll score for this one. I'm going to say I'm somewhat impressed. I'm going to say 4.6 out of 5. The only thing that would honestly make it better is probably barrel aging. I feel like it's got a brilliant mouthfeel. It's like high end, medium, sort of full. Yeah, like mouthfeel, body. The adjuncts are superb. The base is superb. It's just a great beer. Ugh. And I think it's hit the spot even more because it's first beer of the day and pretty big day at work. And as I said, I've been up for like I got up around this time, but in the AM. mm. I'm going to keep some in the can because I want to take a photo. I might have a little bit more. Let's just pour a little more, shall we? That'll do. So, is anyone out there having a drink or eating something nice? Yeah, I've got a Banks beer similar to this, like a pastry stout in the fridge. I've also got a hazy IPA from them. I've got the Terpenes edition of Who is it this time? Hop Nation out of Melbourne and someone else. No, I don't know. One band that's trying to make a comeback I've seen recently is Alien Ant Farm. And are you okay? Remember they did the cover of that song? Yeah, at the end of Smooth Criminal, yeah, old mate's practically nude. Because the young boy's sort of sitting in it. I think he's at like, is he sitting at the drums or something? Woo! That is delightful. But yeah, I might wrap it up. She's very quiet, so there's no real interaction or anything, which is a bit of a shame. Um, yeah, as I said, score for this 4.6. Very, very enjoyable. But yeah, the only thing that would probably make it elite or more elite than what it is yeah, some barrel aging because it is good in every other aspect. And then, yeah, it was called You Wish by One Drop out of Sydney, Australia. Yeah, adjunct stout, like a nitro pastry stout with chocolate, as in cacao nibs, tonka beans, vanilla, and salted caramel. I forgot about the salted caramel. I kept saying caramel fudge. But yeah, now that it says salted, it's like, oh, I do get sort of some saltiness. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for chiming in. And we'll probably see you again a bit later. I might do an English beer review again. I've got through some Aussie stuff, some Kiwi stuff in between some English, so might be back to revisit some of those English beers. Cheers, guys. Later.